Ferrari is preparing to introduce a new floor upgrade for the Bahrain Grand Prix, in a clear attempt to fix the ongoing problems with their SF25 car, issues that have plagued them over the first 3 rounds of the 2025 season. Although the team from Maranello didn't envision such a rough start to their campaign, it's not entirely a lost cause yet. However, if the upcoming changes fail to deliver results, there's a real chance they'll pivot focus toward their 2026 development plans sooner than expected. Recent comments from Lewis Hamilton have also raised eyebrows, especially concerning the noticeable difference in performance between the 2 Ferrari cars. This could indicate deeper internal problems regarding how driver feedback is being translated into car setup, something that could become a bigger concern as the season progresses. With just 35 points collected across 3 Grand Prix weekends and a sprint race, it's clear that Ferrari hasn't lived up to expectations. The team is hoping to bounce back in Bahrain, though the challenge is significant. Unlike the cooler conditions during February testing, the searing desert heat could put additional strain on tire degradation, an area where Ferrari has struggled. The key objective behind this new floor is to enhance the car's balance and broaden its operating window. By doing so, the team hopes to achieve more consistent performance across a wider range of conditions. Originally, this upgrade was scheduled for debut in Suzuka, but due to growing urgency within the team, it's being fast-tracked to Bahrain. That said, internal disagreements persist, particularly between Vasseur and Serra on one side and the aerodynamic department on the other, which could affect the direction and execution of this development. Team principal Frédéric Vasseur remains cautious, emphasizing the importance of thoroughly understanding the car's weaknesses rather than rushing into changes. He pointed out the current challenges with ride height and how pushing the car too low results in bottoming out, a problem restricted by both physical limitations and regulations. Vasseur stressed that while everyone on the grid is dealing with similar issues, Ferrari must find that fine margin where the car runs low enough for optimal downforce without compromising stability. One encouraging takeaway from the last race in Suzuka was the detailed data Ferrari gathered. The 5.8-kilometer circuit exposed both the strengths and vulnerabilities of the SF25. But the troubling part? Ferrari's engineering team still doesn't have a full grasp of the car's behavior. This was admitted after the most recent GP, with engineers citing the car's complexity and sensitivity to various parameters as key factors. Right now, the most urgent problems lie in achieving consistent balance and improving overall performance. The car's tendency to shift unpredictably from understeer to instability at the rear is making it difficult to fine-tune setups. Downforce issues, particularly at the rear, are affecting rotation and placing more burden on the drivers. These are critical flaws the Bahrain upgrade aims to address. Unfortunately, the new floor isn't a guaranteed fix. But if it allows Ferrari to operate the car at a lower ride height without inducing drag, or opens up a wider performance window, it would represent a meaningful step forward. Still, there's a long way to go before Ferrari can consider themselves true title contenders again. Wait, hold on. Did you know that 99% of you watching right now aren't subscribed? If you enjoy my content and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. It takes just a second, but it means the world to me and helps keep this channel going. Join the family and let's grow together. Now back to the story. Frédéric Vasseur has reiterated the importance of Ferrari's methodical approach, casting doubt on whether the team should rush to implement the newly revised floor. His concerns revolve around the risk of falling back into the same development trap that has plagued Ferrari for the past few seasons. This dilemma isn't new. It's something the team has been wrestling with for quite some time. Looking ahead to the 4th race of the season in Bahrain, Vasseur noted that it provides a valuable reference point. Having last tested there in late February during preseason, the team now has a chance to measure how far the SF25 has come in terms of unlocking its full potential. He admitted that the car isn't delivering the performance they're aiming for, but the team remains committed to making meaningful improvements, both at the track and back at Maranello. In Sakir, our main goal is progress, Vasseur stated, emphasizing how even the smallest gains, like shaving off a tenth of a second, can be critical in this tightly contested grid. With qualifying playing such a vital role in 2025 so far, every advantage counts. That said, Bahrain could prove slightly different. With 3 DRS zones and high tire degradation, top speed and race management may weigh more heavily than grid position. Technically speaking, Ferrari's upcoming upgrade involves a redesigned keel geometry, a key factor in managing airflow beneath the car. Unlike some of their competitors, Ferrari utilizes a particularly intricate keel design, in part due to their unique suspension layout. The suspension's low angle restricts how much the car can be lowered, a limitation further reinforced by regulations. As we saw with Hamilton's disqualification in China, pushing below the legal ride height can have serious consequences. Still, the revised floor might allow Ferrari to drop the car slightly lower, while maintaining, or even improving, its aerodynamic stability. The goal is not just to retain balance, but to expand the car's performance window. Although Ferrari seems to be suffering from this issue more visibly than others, it's worth noting that all 10 teams face similar constraints. The difference is that Ferrari entered the season with massive expectations, and their current struggles have only amplified the pressure. This could be why Vasseur and Enrico Cardile, Sarah, appear increasingly cautious and, at times, uncertain about how best to proceed. The team is at a crossroads: rush development and risk compounding their problems, or stay patient and work towards a more sustainable solution. As for the timing of Ferrari's new floor upgrade, La Gazzetta dello Sport has raised some uncertainty. There are still internal doubts, particularly from team principal Frédéric Vasseur and chassis director Enrico Cardile, about whether the floor will actually make its debut in Bahrain. Their current priority appears to be gaining a deeper understanding of the SF25's issues before unleashing the full upgrade package, which may now be pushed to the Miami Grand Prix, 2 races from now. Adding to the intrigue are Lewis Hamilton's recent comments, which suggest some dissatisfaction with his car's performance. In Suzuka, he pointed out that he was a 10th slower than Charles Leclerc, hinting at a performance discrepancy between the two SF25s. Hamilton acknowledged that there's something on his side of the garage that's underperforming and limiting his ability to extract pace from the car. Despite that, Hamilton remains optimistic. Speaking to Sky F1, he said, "I'm happy I moved forward. I'm really hoping the next race brings some positive changes because with what I've got now, there's not much more I can extract. Suzuka's result was probably the best I could do. Right now, we're the 4th fastest team, it's clear. We're behind in terms of performance, especially with downforce, so there's still work to do to close the gap." He also added that he hopes the issue with his car is resolved by Bahrain, and that he's ready to push it to the limit, aiming to deliver better results. However, this kind of public statement may not sit well with Vasseur. Ferrari maintains that both drivers receive equal machinery and support. The suggestion that one car is underperforming could fuel speculation about unequal treatment, or at the very least, inconsistent performance between setups. If the performance gap continues, and one driver consistently extracts more from the car, Ferrari may be forced to reassess its strategy once the full upgrade package arrives, potentially favoring the more competitive driver moving forward. This isn't to say Hamilton is losing the internal battle to Leclerc, but at some point self-reflection might be more productive than pointing fingers at the machinery, especially for a team like Ferrari, where expectations are sky-high from both fans and engineers. So, with all of that in mind, what do you think? Can Hamilton and Ferrari flip the script in Bahrain? Will team back on the podium? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to click the video appearing on your screen right now for more F1 insights. And subscribe to my channel for daily updates.